Quite the storm out over the ocean, but we've got sunshine here on the mainland. Come on, there goes Steve. Where's T-Rex? You come on, T-Rex. All right, very good. Slow and careful. Good job. All right, let's put the leashes on. You ready? Get your leash on? T-Rex, are you ready? Always ready, yeah. It's Friday. He's always enthusiastic on Friday. And Saturday and Sunday, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. What are you waiting for? Get your furry tail out the door. 50 degrees at 9:43 on Friday, October 18th. It's brisk. We're going to have some wind challenge here this morning. Steve, let's go this way. Let's go to the euonymus bush and hide behind the wind. Where are you going? Chasing birds? No. Rex chases birds too. All right. Rex is already tangled around Steve's holder. This is how this works. Very good. All right. Yeah. Let's go hide from the wind right over here. It's gusty. I thought high pressure systems were supposed to be light wind. Well, they are. In the center of the high pressure system, it's light wind. Let's check the surface observations from 6 a.m. And inland, all those crosses, those stations are reporting calm air. And temperatures are in the 20s and 30s at sunrise this morning. Warming up nicely now, sort of. And then here near the ocean, Boston only says about 10 miles an hour, but Nantucket gusting 35 miles per hour this morning. We have a storm at sea. I guess I just showed you that in the satellite image. So it's not a really strong storm. The central pressure on it's 1,003 millibars. It's occluded and just south of our benchmark. And if you put the wind analysis over it, well, first here's the satellite. Yeah, it looks like a tropical storm almost, doesn't it? But it's not tropical, it's cold core, so it doesn't have a name. I wonder if it did have a name. Would we have reporters on the beach on Cape Cod and Nantucket talking about it? Note, not even a cloud in the sky across the Northeast. Beautiful high pressure, and we are in for a beautiful stretch of weather. That storm is going to only gradually move to the east, then south, and it may actually be down near the Bahamas in 5 or 6 days. Because of a big upper level and surface high pressure system in the eastern United States, under the center of the high, a few more record low temperatures this morning. Coldest October 18th sunrise in our life. In places like Elgin, Florida, was in the 30s in the panhandle of Florida this morning. Actually colder than Boston. See, what happens is when you get decoupling of the atmosphere with a clear night and light wind, the cooler, more dense air sinks to the lowest elevation, and your warmest weather is in the higher elevation. That's radiational cooling, and it happened here. Now, because we had wind coming in off of our 57 degree water, our temperatures were in the 40s and 50s here in eastern Massachusetts. And the Mount Washington auto road profile, the temperature coldest at the base of the mountain. So the melting has begun in the hills, the melting of the snow. An October thaw is here. But what a gorgeous morning, wasn't it? The view from the golf course at Jay Peak, where what a golf course. You got to try and play that Jay Peak golf course. It's all decked out for Halloween. It's so nice. So the snow is going to melt over the next 2 days. What a storm that was. 3 days of snow here in the east. And now it's snowing in the west. Talk about the moon a little bit. The moon, I got the moon setting here as I went out the door early, and I'm not sure whether I'm showing the time lapse or the video I made of the moon. Looks so big when it comes up or goes down, doesn't it? But it's actually an optical illusion, and the camera shows you the real size of the moon. And got the moon this morning over Mount Washington. Look at that, gorgeous blue sky. And so I was watching the weather out west, and it's snowing out west, so I thought maybe I'd check the camera at Big Sky, Montana, where sure enough, it's all snow covered, and that's the moon over Big Sky this morning. That was about 6:45 local mountain time. And So the storm's going to shift, and now they're going to be out west, and we're going to warm up in the east. That's usually how it works. You don't usually have it snowing somewhere in the United States so many days in a row in October. So as the snow ended here, it began out west. And I look at the lightning map this morning. Look at that lightning coming out of Utah into Arizona. Maybe some thunder snow this morning at the Arizona Snow Bowl. So everyone's going to be sending us imagery from places like Alta with the snow piling up in Utah last night. Now it's moved out of Utah. It's moved east into Colorado. So maybe Wolf Creek, Colorado is snowing this morning. And the storm pattern is going to shift with these storms coming in off the Pacific and kind of splitting. Part of them go across Canada, part of them dig down and head toward Texas, and then they may try and reunite over the east next week. So why don't we get right to that? I guess I'll show the Boston 5-day. Hardly a cloud in the sky, sinking air with convergence aloft, surface high pressure. That means sunshine, and again tonight with the dew point only in the 20s, we'll have some spots with frost and a freeze overnight tonight, and then close to 70 over the next several days. The wind is going to relax. This storm is going to be far enough away that we're going to have light wind from the west with local sea breezes, and temperature gets into the 70s by about Sunday and Monday, and then a weak backdoor front Monday night and Tuesday could cool us off a little by the beach, but otherwise you won't even notice it inland. It'll just stay warm. And yes, there is surf too. That storm is generating surf now. Very windy this morning. It's been a 5 to 8 foot swell at the buoys this morning. And here's the imagery from warm winds, not so warm, in Narragansett this morning. Narragansett, Rhode Island. No one was out there, but I think as the wind dies down, we will still have a ground swell. So maybe see you at the beach late today or tomorrow here at Nantasket. Let's go to the Euro now. I'll talk about the comet and the night sky in a couple of minutes. The moon's going to be beautiful and the comet's going to be visible. But let's go to the day-by-day on the Euro, pivotalweather.com. The ocean storm there, all those isobars pulling out slowly, so the wind on Cape Cod and the islands does relax as that storm is going to gradually weaken, and it's actually sinking south near Bermuda as high pressure builds over New England and the storms out west lift into Canada, although that one in Colorado is kind of easing into Texas. And then not much going on. There's a fairly fast flow across Canada with storms ripping across Canada. Our high pressure system is just kind of stuck here. Now there is a little kink in the isobars coming down from eastern Canada there on Monday into Tuesday. That's a weak backdoor cold front. It'll just turn a little cooler near the coast, and it'll sort of reinforce our dry air and chilly nights. And then the high pressure system is rebuilding again. That storm that was near Bermuda is lost off the southern end with some heavy weather mostly south of Florida. And we get to Thursday. Now we've been stopping it every day on Thursday. I'm going to stop it at 2 a.m. on Thursday because that front, I said, is our next chance for excitement. And if we somehow unite those western storms or reunite them near New England and maybe add some tropical moisture, which doesn't seem in the cards, but even without that tropical moisture, look at this now. This front is a lot more robust with rain and maybe some thunder here Wednesday night and Thursday. And you have the cold air really digging now into Ontario. There's the 540 line. And if we put this back into motion, the cold air comes in, windy and cool again next Thursday into Friday. Just a little bit of elevation upslope snow possible. So that is a little change to our forecast as we get closer to late next week. And then next weekend, so many events as we head toward Halloween. It looks beautiful. Initially cool is going to dry out or warm up. It's going to be dry either way. And high pressure rebuilding looking a lot like the high that we have this week, rebuilding again for next weekend. And then day 10, late on Sunday, October 27th, we can stop it there. There's a storm well north of New England, high pressure over the eastern United States, maybe some action probably south of Cuba in the tropics. And the next front is actually over, it looks like maybe about from North Dakota down into the Rockies where it may be snowing again. And south of that, it doesn't look quite as warm or hot as it did yesterday. The 570 line now is in Kansas heading toward Illinois. And the 576, where it's potential record hot, warm air, less dense, higher level of the 500 millibar. 576 over Texas could be in the low 90s with more record warmth while it's snowing not that far away in Colorado. And then it looks like we would probably turn cooler towards Halloween. But if that cold front somehow doesn't get here before Halloween, I'm wondering what the record high temperature is. I looked it up for Boston. The record high temperature for Boston on October 31st is from 1946. It was 81. Look at this. Do you want a belly rub or some sunscreen? These two. Oh, you're making our day here. What are you doing, Steve? Are you just waiting for a belly rub? Why don't you start chasing each other around the yard? That'll make for some great video content. What is it, Rex? What are you doing? What are you doing? They do run around chasing each other in the living room, but I can never catch that on video. So last night, I was lamenting the fact that ocean clouds had come so far north from that storm yesterday that we might not see the comet. But the cloud dissipated, and that's the weather. The weather's done. Here's the and more. The and more is yesterday watching the sky with clouds coming in from two different directions. Watch that in the time lapse in a few minutes. But I was lamenting, oh, maybe we're not going to see the comet. But then right as the sun was going down, the clouds thinned out, and it was a burner of a sunset. Gorgeous over the Four Rivers. So I get a little time lapse of that. And also, I made a little fire in the fire pit down here, and I was standing right about here or so, and I had the camera on a tripod, and I'm just snapping some shots. I couldn't see the comet until I looked closer, and then I saw the comet, and I'm like, what are those? What's that array of lights? Apparently I got Starlink going by to the east of the comet without even realizing it. And so that was interesting. And then the moon was on the other side of the sky, and Jan Urquhart at, where'd you go? Chapin Beach on the north side of Cape Cod caught the comet last night. And it's going to be visible again tonight. You know the website, I talk about it all the time, timeanddate.com. And go to night sky and then click on the comet, and it looks like it's going to be brightest at 7:33 tonight. Pretty much the same spot it's been for the last several nights, maybe a little higher and maybe a little bit more faint, probably because of the fact it's getting farther away from Earth now. You know, the orbit of that comet is 80,000 years. It's a newly discovered comet, and I don't know what's going to be going on in 80,000 years, but maybe whatever lives on this planet or other planets, Mars, we'll be watching that comet go by again. 80,000 years. Amazing. So, I'll shift and leave no more snow skiing. I want to share this imagery, though, from Matt Sitkowski 24 hours ago. Matt was in Underhill, Vermont, looking at the west side of Mount Mansfield. Thank you, Matt. That's just glorious. So many other things. And did I show the moon, the picture that Andrew McCarthy, he's a space scientist and photographer, took of the moon last night? And I accidentally called it the harvest moon. It's the hunter moon. And look at the vivid color. I'm assuming that's real color. We've always only perceived it in black and white. But it looks like I see some browns and other colors there on the moon. Thank you, Andrew McCarthy. His posts on X. So the Enmore in the backyard yesterday, a little Steve. Oh yes, and we have Mitt and Steve looking so cute, all balled up on the bed next to one another. Someone asked what kind of cats. These are Maine Coon cats, and they're both Maine Coons, and I think Mitt is like a distant uncle of Steve. And Kate, New England, you say you sent me a picture of your cat on X. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Can you try and do that again? Really appreciate all the viewers. Alan, see you in the morning, he says every day. I've got regular viewers here, and we really enjoy this. All right, so here's the Enmore from yesterday. Cute animals won't stop being cute. And we'll see you again in 24 hours. Go see how Steve's doing. It's lunchtime. Just finished editing. Love coming out and see what's going on. More clouds than expected today. There's a little skiff, huh? Into the northeast wind. Combination of a new storm forming at sea and the high pressure system. Danny, you driving that? Steve just crawled in there. Hey Steve, you getting a... Oh wait, greenhouse effect. I'll get you. What, you thought you'd take a shortcut through the table? You really think that was gonna work? All right, there you go. He likes to come over here, eat grass, get a belly rub. All that wind the last few days. Some of the tomatoes came down. But this garden's gonna live another couple weeks. Anybody want some really hot peppers? T-Rex going on walkabout. Come on, Rex. Lots of clouds. This is the northern edge of that ocean storm, combination cold air over warm water plus cyclogenesis. To the north, it's perfectly clear. Last few boats in the water. Hull. How's the surf looking? Onshore wind is not helpful. Got grubs. Skunks know where the grubs are, right in there. Time to do some fall overseeding, but no rain in the forecast. You'll have to do some watering on your own. All right, Rex, let's go. This way. Come on. Let's go. Back to our yard. Let's go. Good boy. What a weekend. I think I'm going to stay put this weekend. Just stay right here. What do you think? Joe Joyce is playing at the Fall Harvest Festival. Go watch Joe Joyce play. Pretty colors. Look at this beautiful rose branch. Wow, that's gorgeous. We are going to have roses for Halloween this year. It's not that unusual.
Going fast.
A regular part of our day involves cat nap, including TK nap. If Rex will stop barking, we can hear Mitt snoring a little bit. No, he's being quiet. But there's a Mitt fix. And there is the northern edge of that ocean storm cloud right over Boston. Why is his name Mitt? Look at the size of his mitt. They blend. Mitt's a tapper. Tail tapper. When he's happy, taps his tail. Mitt came up for a better view out the window. You see that satellite image there, Mitt? A lot of New England's in the sun, but we have that ocean cloud right over us. Look at that, north of Boston, not a cloud in the sky. South of Cape Cod, giant ocean storm. We're on the edge. Well, this was not really part of the plan. The northern edge of that ocean storm is actually backed further to the north. So while much of New England does get the sunshine, that's where our Comet would be. So something's got to give. It's a close call. Hey, what are you guys doing? Working out there on a chilly day? Yeah. Wind from the north. Okay. When it's that bright in the east, it should be even better in the west. Things are looking a little more promising. Let's go check. Quick. Darn. Just missed the sunset by like a minute. Get the waves. Water waves. Sky waves. West of Gusset. Looks like the docks are coming out. The end of the summer season. People are already snow skiing. Now, what's interesting about those clouds, this is the northern edge of that ocean storm, is that the air on the ground is coming in from the east and northeast, and the air up in the sky is coming from the west. The Comet is right up around here somewhere, so we're right on the edge of Comet viewing. Let's do a little time lapse and see if we can get these clouds in motion. 6:07 p.m. That was only about a 10-minute time lapse. But there's so much going on here. Such a low tide. The waves. And the plane's landing toward the east again. After almost an entire week of planes landing toward the west. And what a gorgeous colored sky. And now toward the south. It's the Fort River Bridge over there. You know where we are. So I don't think I'm going to comet chase. I'm not going to full moon chase. But I'm probably lifting some images from our friends, especially Rob Wright and the other brilliant photographers that still share on X. The moon is coming up behind those trees on Great Hill. The power lines. I always love the power lines. Not. And the sky waves. The sheer up in the sky. Those waves right there. Just love those colors. It's because the wind is moving faster up top than down low. And that's what creates the waves. Alright, thanks for watching. It's just about the weekend, and we're going into a whole new beautiful weather pattern. Here's the time lapse. Note the early morning clouds coming in from off the ocean from the east and northeast. The other clouds higher in the sky coming from the west and southwest on the northern edge of this ocean system. And the hum of a nice looking F-150. This is the place. This view brought to you by TK. Somebody came here and dumped their wood. That's kind of unusual. Bye for now.